कहाँ खाने
हेमाकोमा गफ गर्दै चिया खाम न त आज
हुन्छ ल जाम न त ल
जाम
ल जाम
This episode of Chiya Guff Oz is brought to you by New Way Migration and Education Consultancy, Let's Talk Numbers, 910 Finance, and Mr. Notes and Coffee.
So welcome everyone. आज हाम्रो चाहिँ नि 7th episode Chiya Guff Oz. ल बिफोर हामीले स्टार्ट गर्नुभन्दा पहिला चाहिँ नि हाम्रो स्पोन्सरहरू न्यू वे माइग्रेसन एन्ड एजुकेसन कन्सल्टेन्सी यदि तपाईहरु चाहिँ नि यदि अब भिजाको लागि कलेजको लागि बुझ्दै हुनुहुन्छ भने न्यू वे माइग्रेसन एन्ड एजुकेसन कन्सल्टेन्सीलाई सम्पर्क गर्नु होला त्यसरी नै यदि ट्याक्स रिटर्नको अहिलेसम्म गरिराख्नु भएको छैन भने लेट्स टक नम्बर्स अनि होम लोन किनभने इन्ट्रेस्ट रेट अहिले कति बढेको छ है
धेरै बढेको छ
यदि तपाईको होम लोन साल्नु पर्ने छ भने 910 फाइनान्स र त्यसरी नै ताजमेनियामा भइरहेको चाहिँ नि मिस्टर नट्स एन्ड कफीलाई चाहिँ नि हाम्रो स्पोन्सर गर्नुभएकोमा धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद
साउट आउट टु दोज स्पोन्सर्स है किनभने हाम्रो 1 महिनाको दौरानमा उहाँले हामीलाई चाहिँ त्यति ट्रस्ट गरेर चाहिँ दे हेभ कम अन बोर्ड है वेल डन फर देम है अनि वी आर सो एक्साइटेड आजको एपिसोडमा हामी किन एक्साइटेड भने जो मान्छेलाई चाहिँ म चिनाउन गइरहेको छु पोडकास्ट लिसनरलाई युट्युबबाट त हेरिसक्नुभयो होला उसको बारेमा चाहिँ मैले करिब 4 हप्ता अगाडि थाहा पाएको अर्को साथीको तर्फबाट अनि आई वाज भेरी इम्प्रेस्ड के अनि मिट्यो है अनि ऊ चाहिँ 12 वर्षको मात्रै छ एन्ड सी हेज प्लेड फुटी हैन विच इज आई थिङ्क सक्सेस इन इट सेल्फ है किनभने अस्ट्रेलियन कल्चर जो मेलबर्नमा हुनुहुन्छ आई थिङ्क हार्डली पिपल उनीहरूलाई थाहा छैन र फुटीको बारेमा है अनि हामी चाहिँ आजको यो एपिसोड चाहिँ स्पेसल किन बनाउन खोजेको भने वी हेभ मेड अ स्पेसल रिक्वेस्ट to Keshav Dai and family to allow her to come in this episode just because हामी चाहिँ AFL फाइनल पनि भइरहेको छ हैन सायद हाम्रो पोडकास्ट चाहिँ ठ्याक्कै AFL फाइनल भइसकेपछि आउँछ हैन आइदर जिलोङ र सिडनी स्वान्स एकजनाले जित्छ है त्यही भएको भएर हामी प्लिज लेट्स वेलकम अदिति कडेल इज द राइट एउटा सानो इन्ट्रोडक्सन अदिति प्लिज टेल मी है उसलाई नेपाली पनि बोल्न आउँछ इङ्ग्लिस पनि बोल्न आउँछ है अनि सी इज कम्फर्टेबल इन इङ्ग्लिस सो वी विल ट्राई बोथ ल्याङ्ग्वेज introduce गरिदेऊ नि त तिमी who are you हैन where are you from which school you go to हैन
यदि
मिल्छ भने
है
I'm Aditi Kandel. I go to Malona College in Mitcham and I play footy for Mitcham Tigers.
Well done. And you are the one siblings. Do you have any other siblings?
No, only one.
Okay, cool. And brother sisters? One brother है अनि त्यसपछि तिमीलाई फुटीमा जानुभन्दा अलिकति तिम्रो बारेमा अलिकति बुझौँ न है प्यारेन्ट्सहरू त तिम्रो यहीँ हुनुहुन्छ होइन अनि ग्रान्ड प्यारेन्ट्सहरू
बाबाको हजुरआमा यहीँ हुनुहुन्छ अनि ममको हजुरआमा न्युजिल्यान्डमा
है ओके गुड अनि आई हेभ हर्ड द्याट यु आर गोइङ टु न्युजिल्यान्ड नेक्स्ट विक This week? Tomorrow. Okay. दसैँको लागि है Okay. Cool. You want to take it?
म चाहिँ एउटा क्वेशन छ तिमीलाई थाहा छ नेपालमा चाहिँ घर कता नेपालमा तिम्रो बाबा मम्मीको घर कता
Chitwan and Butwal.
तिमी गर्छौ
गर्छु होला तर
याद छैन
If you have to pick one, your favorite, Chitwan or Butwal?
Chitwan.
बाबा कि मम्मी
Baba.
Okay, cool. I have been to Chitwan. I like Chitwan. Butwal त म पुगेको छैन but welcome. When was the last time you visited Nepal? Couple of years ago? Okay.
Many years ago, I don't remember.
Okay, no problem. You want to take it?
हामी चाहिँ नि लिटरली चाहिँ तिम्रो बारेमा हैन तिम्रो चाहिँ नि क्लोज फ्रेन्ड तिम्रो चाहिँ नि स्कुलको साथी हुन्छ नि बेस्ट फ्रेन्ड को नाम चाहिँ नि यतिकै यो चाहिँ हामीलाई यतिकै र्यान्डम क्वेशन मात्र
Well, school अनि footy खेल्ने friends Lottie, Perry, Maya त्यस्तो छन् अनि स्कुलको आएको साथी पनि footy नखेल्ने पनि जोई जस्तै आएको क्लोज फ्रेन्ड्स भनेको
अनि फुड फेभरेट फुड दाल भात तरकारी
burger pizza chips
chips
नेपाली खानामा चाहिँ नि के मन पर्छ मम्मीले बाबाले के बनाएको के तरकारी मन पर्छ तिमी भेजिटेरियन कि
हैन दाल sometimes.
Are you a fussy eater?
Yes.
Okay.
अब हामी फुटीतिर जानु त हैन
फुटीतिर जाउँ मलाई चाहिँ जहिले पनि एउटा स्ट्रगल हुन्छ आमा ड्याड टु है एउटा स्ट्रगल हुन्छ लन्च प्याक हाल्ने बेलामा के एन्ड हु मेक्स अ बेस्ट लन्च प्याक फर यु इज द्याट ड्याड इज द्याट मम मम वाइ मम वाइ नट ड्याड
Because mom always makes lunch for school since prep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she always provides a bit of biscuits and things on the side, I guess. Okay, no problem. Hey, let's go to footy, which is why we are here. Tell me about your footy club first. है तिमीले मिचम टाइगर्स भनेर भनिहाल्यो है हामी पनि आज फुटी क्लब म पनि आज फुटी कलर्समा छु हैन व्हाट इज दिस टिम हैन कहाँ छ एकचोटि यसो भन्देऊ न सबैलाई बुझ्ने गरी
Mitcham Tigers been a footy club since 1970 something. I've been playing there for 3 years. I don't know what.
Okay. 3 years देखि तिमी त्यहाँबाट खेलिरहेको छौ हैन अनि what is your position like in Mitcham Tigers मा खेल्दाखेरि what position do you usually play?
Originally I am forward, but for my team I play back, full back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
defensive.
म भन्छु हैन के अरे म चाहिँ फेरि फुटी थाहा भएको मान्छे तर एकदम फलो नगर्ने मान्छे हो कि त्यो एकदमै इन्ट्रेस्टिङ कुरो हुन्छ नि यो चाहिँ अब यो त्यो भनेको चाहिँ के हो यो मिचम टाइगर भनेको चाहिँ नि के हो भनेको त्यो चाहिँ ठाउँको नाम अनि टाइगर के हो
Tiger चाहिँ सबै suburb club को different like AFL team को हुन्छ like Tigers, like Bombers, like Hawks सबै there's so different suburbs को different हुन्छ अनि मिचम को Tigers
अनि तिमीले चुज गरेको कि बा मम्मीले टाइगरमा राखिदिनु हो
होइन मिचममा बस्थ्यौँ त्यही भएर मिचम जोइन गरेको अनि मेरो साथी थिए नि त्यही भएर
ए हो
Okay. अनि मिचममा कतिवटा टिम छ त त्यसमा मिचम टाइगर्स एउटा भयो हैन
एउटा मात्रै ए
अरू डिफरेन्ट
डिफरेन्ट एज ग्रुप्सको डिफरेन्ट हुन्छ
डिफरेन्ट एज ग्रुप्सहरू हुन्छ है ओके हिमालय एकदम क्वेसन सोधे होइन तिमीले हजुरबा हजुरआमा हुनुहुन्छ तिम्रो ड्याडीको यहीँ मम्मीको न्युजिल्यान्ड भन्यो होइन तिमीले हजुरबा हजुरआमालाई त फुटी त देखाएको होला हौ होइन भनेको त होला उहाँले त हेर्नु भएको नि प्ले फुटी हाउ डु यु डिस्क्राइब होइन इङ्ग्लिसमै भन होइन हाउ डु यु डिस्क्राइब फुटी रुल्स टु सम वान हु हेभ नेभर हर्ड अफ लाइक हजुरबा हजुरआमालाई तिमीले कसरी भन्छौ क्रिकेट त सजिलो छ फुटबल त सजिलो छ भन त यु क्यान ट्राई इन इङ्ग्लिस कसरी वाट आर द रुल्स अनि अरूलाई पनि बुझ्न यसो मद्दत गरिदेऊ न
like
भनेको
how do you play
How do you play, yeah.
so there's different positions, everyone starts in different positions, and then the first bounce you have to bounce the ball up and then it starts and you basically have to try and kick the ball to your forward line where your goal is and you try and kick it in the goal or the point. There's 4 posts you kick between and you have to defend also. You can tackle people to the ground like it's like a bear hug, and then you try and get the ball, and you can get free kicks where your team gets opportunity to kick to someone or to kick a goal. Yeah.
अनि टच गर्ने मिल्दैन हैन यदि त्यो बल चाहिँ नि ग्राउन्डमा टच भएको छैन भने चाहिँ नि
हिमालय मलाई किन सोधिरहेको थाहा छैन
अनि दुईजना छ नि त फ्यानहरु म पनि एकदम भक्रै
You need to ask Aditi, she is a footy player, not me. टच गर्न मिल्छ
From the ground.
यदि ग्राउन्डमा बल चाहिँ नि ग्राउन्डमा टच भएको छैन भने चाहिँ नि त्यो मान्छेलाई चाहिँ कसैले पनि ट्याकल टच गर्न मिल्दैन हो थाहा छैन मलाई
Mark, if you take a mark, like if someone kicks to you and you mark the ball like you catch it, you can't, like nobody can come and tackle you. But if the ball is on the ground, nobody is marked it, you can pick it up and anybody can tackle you or anything.
अनि तिमीले चाहिँ कसरी फुटीमा चाहिँ कसरी इन्ट्रेस्ट भयो
I watched it since I was very little, and my brother also played it. I used to watch him.
Okay. अनि भेरी लिटल हेर्दाखेरि तिमीले के भिडियो हेऱ्यौ अथवा स्कुलमा गएर कसैले खेलेको हेऱ्यौ अथवा ड्याडी मम्मीले तिमीलाई फुटीमा लैजानु भयो वाट मोटिभेटेड यु टु जोइन फुटी टिम
So lots of people playing at school, and there was on TV. Dad would always watch, and like root for Essendon, so I turned into Essendon supporter, and then I don't know, I had interest in it. I played Auskick, I think, which was for like small kids like 5-6 years old, and then that's where it started, and then I joined the real club and started playing more advanced.
I'm so blown away. तिमीले हरेक कुरा भन्न चाहिँ I'm so impressed with you. I didn't know about Auskick है. तिम्रो ड्याडीले मलाई त्यसको बारेमा भन्नुभएको थिएन हैन. Tell me about Auskick now हैन. What was the age when you joined Auskick हैन? And what was your experience like?
It was like 5 years old or something, and you just try and practice, like there's lots of little kids and you just try and kick and practice with little balls because you can't kick the big one, and then there's like older people teaching you, and I always see them now because there's Auskick for Mitcham as well, and yeah, there's always people.
How long did you play? 5 वर्षदेखि कति वर्षसम्म तिमीले प्ले गर्यौ होला Auskick? Till you were 6, 7, 8 was the age limit?
It doesn't go that high. I think it was just 5.
Okay.
Because
2 years I play गर्यौ, and that helped you to go into a big footy thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. तिमीले how long have you been playing footy त भनिहाल्यौ हैन, अनि उसको पनि कुरा गरिहाल्यौ हैन. अब यो प्लेइङ फुटीमा ड्याडीको हात रहेछ त्यसो भए हैन. ड्याडीले चाहिँ एसेन्डनको गेम हेर्ने, and you rooted for Essendon, and that's how you started footy, है. And your brother was in footy too, and then there's the AFL kick and everything, okay. तिमीलाई ड्याडी र मम्मीमा चाहिँ कसले चाहिँ बढी प्रमोट गर्नु पर्यो? You need to, was there a bit of pressure on you that Aditi, you have to play footy, hey? No question asked. I'm rooting for Essendon. You have to do too. भनेर त्यस्तो प्रेसर थियो कि you just, that was out of your interest?
No, I just played out of my interest. Not much pressure or anything.
Okay. And was anybody unhappy in the house that you played footy?
No. They
Both
like
mom and
that I
dad.
play footy.
Okay, well done. And I'm 100% sure there were so many proud moments, I would say, like, you know, for dad and mom too, and also us as a part of the Nepalese community, because and I think you are one of the example. I know, hopefully people can view that way, that, you know, being in this age and, you know, playing footy, embracing the culture, and, you know, and then mom and dad being supportive, and the way you are talking about footy, I can really sense that you have just enjoyed footy whole your time until now.
Yeah.
Okay.
अनि फुटी तिमीले कति अहिले पनि त गइरहेको छ नि त हैन खेल्नलाई लाइक वीकमा कति एक दिन कति दिन जान्छ
Season सक्यो this year ko, but training one night after school and Sunday games Sunday morning.
यही त सिजन वाइज हुन्छ अगेन मेरो क्वेसन चाहिँ एकदम स्टुपिड हुन सक्छ फुटीको बारेमा खासै थाहा छैन है अनि त्यसले चाहिँ नि अब सिजन भएको बेलामा चाहिँ नि तिम्रो स्टडीमा ह्याम्पर गर्छ कि गर्दैन कहिलेकाहीँ अब हुन्छ नि त तिमी क्लासहरू मिस गर्ने त्यस्तो हुन्छ
No. After this year, training was on Friday night, so after school finished, so it didn't really matter. And then Sunday, not really. It's just extracurricular. Everyone does sports, so it doesn't interfere.
तिमीलाई फुटी खेल्दाखेरि नि, if you have to pick 3 things which you really enjoyed the most, what are the things? Like, तिमी फुटीमा हुँदाखेरि what do you enjoy the most? So for example, you know, I get to meet my friends. I'm just giving you an example. If you have to pick 3 things, like, you know, footyमा हुँदाखेरि what is about Aditi that she really loves?
Well, playing with my friends is one. Learning to like play harder depending on how like skilled the other team is. You have to like go more aggressive or something, and the objective of the game, like, and like most getting like higher skilled playing every week, and yeah, that's
Okay, म तिमीलाई यो पछि सोधौँला, तर म त्यहाँ आउँदैछु नि पछि बोल्नु नि. तिम्रो टिमको बारेमा अलिकति भन्नु, who is your coach, like, you know, and I have heard that, you know, तिमीले चाहिँ एउटा सानो इन्स्टिन्ट क्याप्टेन पनि गर्यौ तिम्रो टिम हैन, मिचम टाइगर्समा हैन. Can you tell me, share a bit of experience about how was it, what's the difference between just a footy player for that team versus being a captain of that team, and who was your coach?
My coach is my friend's dad.
Why not your dad? You've had Essendon too?
I don't know.
Okay.
What What was the other question?
The other question was, what's the difference between you
Yeah.
being a player in the team versus, leading a team as a captain?
Well, first, as a captain, you get to do the coin toss and you get to pick which side you kicking. And sometimes you would talk to the team and get, like, everyone hypes you up because you're the captain and you play your best. Yes.
Cool. Was there any intimidating thing as a captain? Like, there's extra pressure. I need to, that's my responsibility. I need to do that. यस्तो भएन भने यस्तो गाली खान्छ त्यस्तो केही हुन्छ त्यो intimidating factor पनि छ as a captain?
Not really.
Okay.
But sometimes, like, you have to tell people, like, where to go or, like, what to do if they're not, like, in the right place, or, like, so sometimes it's hard when other people are doing the wrong thing when you're trying to tell them to do the right thing. That's...
Okay.
I think that एकदम big responsibility नै हुन्छ
Right?
हैन जस्तो leadership
And I think 12 मा तिमीले जुन अहिले कुरा भनिरहेको छ नि त्यो कुरा हामी अहिले सिक्दैछौँ क्या Aditi. So I'm so impressed with you. Okay? All the things which we are learning at that right now, you have already learned through that footy game. है तिम्रो Mitcham Tigers को एउटा दुईटा क्वेशन सोध्छु अनि हिमालय दिलाई छोड्छु है. How many flags you guys have won? I know you have been playing the last 3 years, did you say, isn't it?
In under 10s, it's not competitive, so you don't count scores, so nothing there.
Yeah.
12 was last year. We won that by default because it was COVID, but we won all the games, so we're at the top of the ladder, so we just won by default. And this year...
Hold on. How many teams were there?
Last year, like 6, 7.
6. Well done. But that's still, like, and you won all the game, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then this year, we won there was 5 teams, 4 made into finals, and the team that we versed the first round, it was funny, because we lost to them every other game, but in the semi-finals we came out and beat them.
Well done!
And then they got into the grand final and we beat them again.
Well done!
Yeah.
What worked for you? Yes,
can see in the face.
What worked? So first game defeated, semi-final defeated, and final.
No, the team that we versed was Knox. We lost to them in normal games, every normal game, and then in the finals we beat them in the semi-final and grand final.
Well done.
So what's the difference? Like, what difference भयो त्यसमा? के difference गर्यो?
Well, it was kind of payback. Them
like revenge.
Revenge.
You might have celebrated, really well that time.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. It's a proud moment for the team too.
म त्यही सोचिरहेको छु किनभने अब के भन्छ तिमी 12 छ नि त हैन अब अघि तिमीले भने जस्तै हामीले कति कुराहरु हामीले अलिक जानिरहेको छ नि त तर उनीहरुले चाहिँ नि उनीहरुलाई थाहा छ नि त उनीहरुले सिकिरहेको छ लिडरशिप भयो अब यसमा हुन्छ नि अब हारेको छ तर पनि जितेको सेलिब्रेसन छ नि त्यो सबै कुराहरु जुन चाहिँ नि प्र्याक्टिकल लाइफमा चाहिँ नि एकदम हेल्पफुल हुन्छ नि त्यो कुराहरु चाहिँ नि उनीहरुले लर्न गरिरहेको छ के है
तिम्रो त्यो ह्याप्पिनेसमै म रहन चाहन्छु त एकैछिन टेल मी अबाउट that final silence of the experience of beating Knox when you knew that they were one of the challenging teams so far. What was the experience like? What did you feel? Can you go back to that moment?
So I didn't know if I was going to play that game because the Friday before I'd injured my foot playing basketball at school. So I rolled my ankle, but I was trying to get back, like running and everything, so I could play. I played, but then it started hurting again, so I came off multiple times, and at the end I was also off on the bench. But then the siren when we ran on, it was very nice.
Very sorry. What was the point difference? The final high score, I guess.
13-1.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. They busted. Done. Finished. Well done. Okay. About footy. What is अरू कुराहरु फुटीकै बारेमा गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ कस्तो लाग्छ भने what is the challenging part being in a footy team? Like is that हामीलाई भयो हेर्दाखेरि अब हामी ग्रान्ड फाइनलमा हेर्दाखेरि एउटा बल मिस हुने बित्तिकै oh my god that's an easy catch भनिदिन्छ हैन probably dad would have said to you so many times okay Aditi that was an easy catch why did you hold the ball हैन when you are in the ground okay what are the things that is so challenging for you that is just like oh my god यो गर्न नपर्यो हुन्थ्यो भन्ने के पार्टहरु हुन्छ
if you get the ball and like people are telling you to pass to one person, then you don't, and then everyone like you feel like you let them down, and then, but yeah, it's not like it's just if you do the wrong thing at the wrong time, you don't like feel good about yourself, and then that's challenging part. Like yeah. But luckily, there's not as big crowd as AFL screaming that you did the wrong thing.
Yeah. But I believe still you would have family, friends, because I watched few of the game, VFL kind of thing, and then the hype is different, like there's you won't get a car park, people are parking all in the nature, strips, and then there's a whole lot of people like kids enjoying them too. I have to say, I don't know how many times I have to say I'm proud of you. I'm going to repeat one more time. So we are so proud of you, Aditi, and I think you are doing a really great job. Okay, not only for yourself, I can see you are enjoying, but I can repeat it again. I think there is a probably this story needs to be told for others. My daughter was saying, "Who is coming?" Oh, she's playing footy. She was surprised too. So I'm gonna show her this raw video tonight just to say, look at this. This is where the thing's at. Okay.
मेरो क्वेसन छ है के अरे अब भने नि अब जस्तै अघि तिमीले भने नि त साथीहरूलाई पास गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ नि अब टिममा नि हुन्छ नि कहिलेकाहीँ चाहिँ नि अब कोही टिम चाहिँ नि तिमीले रङ पर्सनलाई पास गरेर अपसेट भएपछि अब ब्रेकमा तिमीहरू भित्र जान्छ नि त जतिखेर चाहिँ हाउ यु मेक स्योर लाइक त्यो साथी बीच चाहिँ कन्फ्लिक्ट नहोस् भनेर कसरी त्यो गर्छ?
Well, sometimes the coach points it out when like you did something, but then they say to keep going and like still play hard like you normally would and try to win the ball back.
अनि साथसाथै बीच पनि अपसेट हुन्छ भनेको मतलब खेल्दा अब पास दिएन म त्यहाँ थिएँ भनेर पछि नबोल्ने अब हुन्छ नि त त्यस्तोहरू पनि हुन्छ
upsetting sometimes.
And how you make sure like you guys are okay?
You just talk to them after. But it's a team game. You can't really like say they have to pass to you. Yeah.
तिमीले फुटी मसँग टाइम छैन है तर म यो फुटीको कुरा मेरो सिद्धेकै छैन. क्यान आस्क यु कपल अफ क्वेसन? क्यान आई? तिम्रो चाहिँ त्यो अघि नैको फाइनलमा आएँ है म when you beat Knox हैन बिचारा Knox हैन उनीहरूलाई त्यो भनौँ न वाट वर्कड भनेर उसले हेमाले सोधिसक्यो होइन. हामीले चाहिँ अब ठुलो एएफएल गेममा चाहिँ कस्तो हुन्छ नि द कोच विल गिभ अ स्प्रे भन्छ नि. They will tell you something about motivating things for the final. Do this, do that, don't do that, don't. Was there something told on that particular day before the game that really helped you? Do you remember what was the spray, or does the spray happens in your level too?
Well, the coach gives a speech before the game saying, well, he's proud of us either way. But I think most of the teams hated Knox because they were very aggressive, and my whole team just wanted to get revenge and beat them anyway. So,
Okay. So his speech was a aggressive, angry speech, or just as a go and play and we are proud of you kind of thing. Okay. Who is a lead goal kicker in your Mitcham Tigers in your team?
There's a few, but it's mostly the midfielders. Sometimes that run around. Not really the forwards.
Timle chance paeko chhau? I know you play at the back, but
yeah, I kicked one goal this year.
Did you? Do you remember that match? Can you tell me a bit more?
It was so it was like I think it was Anzac Day match. I was playing forward that game because it was the start of the year. We didn't really have anything like competition, but the ball was on the ground. I just kicked it off the ground and hoped it went in. I didn't really see it. I just kicked it and it went in. So
what was the feeling like? Because
I was very happy.
Okay.
And that team was not very good, so it was better to get more goals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well done, Aditi. Hey.
Again, मेरो क्वेसन चाहिँ एकदम अफ ट्र्याक हुन्छ जस्तो लागिरहेको छ मलाई चाहिँ हैन. तर एक्सपेक्टेसन अब तिमी अब जित्यो नि त भनेपछि त्यसपछिको कन्टिन्यू अब गेमहरु छ नि अब गेमहरु खेल्दाखेरि चाहिँ नि कोचको एक्सपेक्टेशन्स अब अरु फ्यानहरुको एक्सपेक्टेसन पनि त्यस्तै हुन्छ होला नि त हैन. भनेको मतलब अब फेरि नेक्स्ट गेममा लुज गर्यो भने आफूको डिमोटिभेट हुने आफूले कसरी मोटिभेट राख्छ?
Well, हामीलाई थाहा छ कुन level every team what level every team plays on, so we just try and like get better with the teams that we normally lose to, or but still play better with the teams we win, because we still want to beat them by a lot of a big margin. But we have training before the game, and we get like music and everything, so it motivates us to like hypes us up for the game. And then
अनि कोचले भन्छ अनि के अरे पहिला हामी जितिसक्यो अब त्यही टिमलाई हामीले पहिला जितिसक्यो त्यही टिमसँग फेरि लुज हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ कस्तो हुन्छ नि कसरी कोचले चाहिँ नेपालमा हुनु त कराउँछ पहिला जितिसक्यो त्यो टिम
ड्याडी मम्मीले तिमीलाई भन्नुभएको छ कि नेपालमा हार्यो भने के हुन्छ भन्नुभएको छ कि छैन you need to ask them okay नेपालमा गेम हार्यो भने के हुन्छ ड्याडी मम्मी भने I don't think they would be a nice spray okay they were like angry spray
अब किन मैले पनि भलिबल खेल्थेँ हैन म त रुन्थेँ
हारेपछि but that was like what 25 years ago
कति वर्ष अगाडि चाहिँ नभनौँ तर म रुन्थेँ त्यो चाहिँ आफूले आफूलाई मोटिभेट राख्नु पर्यो नि त
it is hard feeling when you lose to a team that you want to. Yeah.
This is a perfect segue for me. This is we call it happy scale है जस्तो रमाइलोको लागि है 10 being really happy 0 being really sad okay and let's say 0 यहाँ छ 10 यहाँ छ and you have to put somewhere in the middle just say how happy you are today भनेपछि तिमी if you are really happy just put 8 that means that you're happy है the question goes like this है when you kick a goal how happy are you
Very, very happy.
10
Okay.
Yeah. When opponents pin you down like ball लिँदै दौडिरहेछ अथवा हैन आएर ट्याकल गरेर बल खोस्यो you are happy
Very angry.
very angry minus 1
Minus.
okay when opponents kick the goal like you have really worked hard but you can see in the other side the opponents have kicked the goal
It depends
Where do you lie in
on
there?
like how much we're winning or losing by, because if we're losing by a lot and then they kick another goal, it's more anger than it would be if we're winning.
okay cool
Yeah.
okay when you make mistakes that gives opponent an advantage like for example simple rookie mistake भनौँ न अब किक गरिरहेको थियो but it didn't work opponentले ball दियो
Like 7, 8.
okay
Like,
okay has it ever occurred to you that you have done that
yeah, because playing fullback, I kick out of the goals when the team kicks a point, and if I kick to like one place and then opposition gets a chance to kick a goal.
okay त्यही त
it's
तिमी
very-
तिमी त डिफेन्समा भने चाहिँ तिमी त लास्ट उसमा हुन्छ त्यहाँबाट त बल त तिमीले निकाल्नु पर्यो हैन त्यही त you are in very beating knocks how happy are you
Very happy. The first game, I think we lost by 40 points, and
that
then
hurts
it got less. But they always had more aggression, and they were always like I think they got reported a few times, but they still won, so we were very happy to beat them.
no problem that's fine okay cool अब यो चाहिँ तिमी गरौ है we have just okay
भनिसक्यो नि उसले एसेन्डन हैन
तिम्रो एसेन्डन हो
Essendon.
okay एसेन्डन
अनि फिमेल वुमेनमा
Essendon.
एसेन्डन
एसेन्डन वुमेन्समा पनि एसेन्डन है वुमेन्सको लागि म एउटा दुईटा क्वेसन सोधौँ तिमीलाई
अनि
वुमेन्स
सर म एउटा क्वेशन
भन।
किन एसेन्डन टिम कसरी चुज गर्छ यो चाहिँ म तिमीलाई पनि क्वेशन
Okay.
हो अनि मतलब उनीहरुको दावा एसेन्डन भनेर कि अब हुन्छ नि तिमीलाई चाहिँ उनीहरुको गेम स्ट्र्याटेजी खेलेको मन परेर कि अब एसेन्डनमा बस्दै त्यही भएर एसेन्डन
You can talk about you and also about your friends. Like, I think in general, एमाले चाहिँ के जान्न खोजेको छ नि from you, हैन? अनि probably म पनि भनौँला हैन? When I say people, especially kids choose their team, do they always have to follow mom and dad what they have picked? But you might have friends, हैन? अलिकति भनिदेऊ न त what do you think people usually how do they pick teams when they are in the early stage?
Well, Essendon, I think it was because of their history. Not going very well now, but their history is great. And some of my friends support different teams than the rest of their family. I think that's just like based on what they saw when they were like they used to watch footy or something. Yeah.
मैले किन सोधेको भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ मलाई चाहिँ नि उनीहरुको खेल्ने स्ट्र्याटेजी हुन्छ नि त्यो आफुलाई इम्प्रेसिभ लागेर फेभरेट हुन्छ नि त त्यही भएर अब मेनमा छुट्टी हुन सक्छ फिमेलमा वुमेनमा छुट्टी हुन सक्छ नि त अब तिम्रो भन त तिम्रो नै
मैले पनि अदितिले भने जस्तै गरेको हैन I have got few friends हैन and you laugh now that the friends are Carlton supporter but their parents are Collingwood supporter. I can't understand how Carlton and Collingwood could be the same, right? Like, there's the wrong combination because I think It depends, and there was another family members who I knew. There was like 4 teams in the family: North Melbourne, Carlton, Collingwood, Sydney, so on. So, and there was always a fight. And I've seen partner who are Collingwood and Carlton. So, especially with the kids, even in my house, I'm Richmond. My daughter says she's a Richmond supporter. My wife is a Hawthorn. I don't know why she chooses Hawthorn, but she never follows footy. But my son doesn't want to pick Hawthorn. He's picking, Richmond. But I've never pressured him to pick Richmond. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it all depends on your surroundings. And sometimes I think you are very smart, Aditi. That's another thing, because she knows the rules. She knows, and how she has said, it's all about the history, because Essendon was really good back then. Collingwood and Carlton were really good back then. So I think if the kids want to think outside the box, they will usually pick their random theme. Like, if they like the colors, if they like black and white, let's go with Collingwood. If they like blue, let's go with North Melbourne. If they like red, let's go with Sydney Swans, kind of thing. But I think there is a lot of pressure from dad and mom too. You need to pick Essendon.
तिम्रो वाइफकोमा चाहिँ डिफेन्समा हुन्छ हैन त्यो फुटी फलो गर्नै पर्छ भन्ने छैन होला कि फेभरेट हुनलाई कि म पनि त फलो गर्दिन त मैले मेरो कुरा निकाल्दिन म चाहिँ नि म कलिङवुड अब एउटा मात्र हेरेको छु मैले एउटा गेम मात्र हेरेको छु अस्ति भर्खरैको कलिङवुड र एसेन्डन अनि लास्टमा आयो नि त कलिङवुड त त्यो त खासमा त्यो मेरो रिजन हैन कि म रिजन चाहिँ के हुन्छ नि मेरो स्टोरी सुरु भयो त चाहिँ पिक वान गर्छु म गाडीमा जाँदै थिएँ मेरो साथीहरूले चाहिँ नि ल कलिङवुडलाई चाहिँ नि प्रायः थोरै मान्छेले सपोर्ट गर्छ कलिङवुड यस्तो ब्याड कुराहरू एग्रेसिभ छ यस्तो भन्ने कुरा आएको थियो कि अनि अस्ति त्यो गाडीमा मैले सोचेँ कि बिचारा कलिङवुड भनेर सोचेँ होइन अनि बिचारा कसैले पनि प्रायः मान्छेले सपोर्ट गर्दैन भनेपछि म सपोर्ट गर्छु भन्ने त्यसरी कलिङवुड भएको कि म चाहिँ नि तर गेम वाज भेरी नाइस लाइक
अदितिलाई मेरो स्टोरी पनि भन्यो वाइ आई पिक रिचमन्ड डु यु नो बेन कजन
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So we arrived in Australia in 2008, right? So 2008, I think Ben Cousin was one of the bad boy in West Coast Eagles. So he was just evicted from West Coast Eagle. And none of the team was giving him a third, fourth, fifth chance. Like, I know he had so many chances. And guess what? Richmond came in and Richmond said, okay, we'll pick him up. And I knew nothing about footy, only Geelong and Collingwood back then, because they were in the finals and there was a hype about finals. And I just thought, oh my God, I didn't even know where Richmond was in the ladder. And I was just like, look at this team. Like, they have given a second chance to this guy who had a whole, his life, being a bad boy. And I was very impressed. I followed Richmond and I regretted for first few years because they were so bad that they were always last in the ladder for 3 years or 4 years. And then probably now, and now rest is the history. So that is my reason to pick Richmond. Okay, Aditiलाई पनि हाम्रो बारेमा भन्दिनु हैन.
Let's go back to Aditi हैन. के रे तिमीले चाहिँ नि अब यही फुचीमा तिमीले आफुलाई चाहिँ नि 5 years मा चाहिँ नि कसरी देखेछौ?
She stole my question. That was my question.
I think I'll still be playing footy, but it'll be like the senior games, so like it'll be like Saturday, like, and with the actual crowd and everything, so it goes above next level.
Is this the same vibe within your friend circle too? Like, we are not here just for this Mitcham Tiger. We want to go, walk through a longer mile. Is that the concept of all of the girls surrounding you? Like, हामी चाहिँ खेल्नु पर्छ, हामी seniors-मा पनि गएर खेल्ने. That's the kind of vibe you get from all this too?
I think most of my friends want to play until they're older. But yeah.
Okay. अनि तिमीले चाहिँ आफ्नो भन्नाले उसले भिजनमा अलिकति क्ल्यारिटी तिमीले चाहिँ आफूलाई चाहिँ अब यो मिचम टाइगर्समा हाउ लङ यु गर्न बी त्यो हाई स्कुलसम्म चाहिँ तिमी यसमा इन्भल्भ हुन्छ होला हैन अनि त्यसपछि यु गेट अ यु विल लुक फर अ अपर्च्युनिटी टु गो इन्टु द वुमेन्स एएफएल इज द्याट हाउ इट वर्क्स तिमीलाई पाथवे थाहा छ यहाँबाट वुमेन्स एएफएल को मलाई नि हैन मैले जस्ट एज अ उ भनेर सोधेको तर तिमीले चाहिँ हाई स्कुलसम्म चाहिँ मिचम टाइगर्समा एसोसिएट भएर खेलिरहन मिल्यो ओके कुल
अनि तिम्रो यो चाहिँ फेरि छुटे अब हाम्रो नेपाली प्यारेन्ट्स छ नि त अब जे भने पनि अब यो त गेम भयो त साइडमा लाने मिल्छ तिम्रो आफ्नो तिम्रो ओपिनियनमा चाहिँ तिमीलाई चाहिँ यही नै तिम्रो करियर बनाउन छ कि तिम्रो डिफरेन्ट छ अर्को एम के
I don't know yet. I enjoy footy, but I don't know if I want to. Like, I'll still play it when I'm older, even if I don't want to choose it as a career. But I'm not sure yet.
अनि ड्याडीले मलाई एउटा दुईटा फोटोहरू पठाउनु भएको थियो एफएलको होइन अनि आई लुक्ड एट दिस अनि यु हेभ वोर द बिट अफ इज द्याट कम्पलसरी के भन्छ त्यसलाई त्यो कालो
helmet.
हेलमेट इज द्याट कम्पलसरी फर अल द किड्स or just you choose to have that?
It was compulsory last year because it is like the first year that we could tackle and everything. It's aggressive, but not this year. I just still wore it.
Okay.
But
Okay. And can you explain like what is the reason you wore it? Because we want to talk about another topics too. Because, and that's the reason many of the Nepalese parents are still like, oh, footy भनेको धेरै इन्जुरी हुन्छ, हात खुट्टा भाँचिन्छ, टाउको हुन्छ, यो हुन्छ, त्यो हुन्छ भन्छ नि त. अनि but here I am, talking to 12-year-old who is talking about footy fluently, हैन? त्यो किन लगाउँछ नि त? Why and what is a sense of security you get by wearing that? अलिकति एक्सप्लेन गरिदेऊ न.
Well, it protects your head, and if you like duck, if you get hit in the head, it's like soft, so it won't exactly like hit straight of your straight hit your head. It will like protect you a bit from like if you duck down and everything, like to get the ball. Yeah.
अनि सरी हेमा मैले तिमीले बोल्न लाग्यो इन्जुरीको कुरा गर्दाखेरि डु यु थिङ्क एएफएल किन तिमीले बास्केटबलको पनि कुरा गर्यो अघि नै डु यु थिङ्क एएफएल इज द ओन्ली गेम वेयर यु हेभ अ लट्स अफ इन्जुरी डु यु बिलिभ द्याट?
No, there's most sports have injuries.
Yeah. Okay.
Like basketball, soccer, netball, everything.
Can you tell something to parents like me who are really worried about injury, right? तिमीले चाहिँ मलाई मोटिभेट गर्नु पर्यो भने के भन्छौ लाइक एएफएलमा आउनको लागि इन्जुरी छैन भन्ने लाइक देयर समथिङ यु लाइक टु से टु अस जस्ट टु से डोन्ट वरी अबाउट द इन्जुरी काइन्ड अफ थिङ?
Well, it's not common that you get injured, but it just happens if someone's being aggressive. So the kids shouldn't like put up a fight and try to get injured. And like you can play in a safer way than other people to try and not get injured. And like just don't. If they don't put their body in the mix to get hurt, then they should be fine.
Okay.
But unless they're intending to get hurt, it doesn't really happen.
That's nicely said, eh? Nicely said, eh?
अनि यो भाइ बहिनीको लागि लाइक जो चाहिँ नि आउन मन छ जस्तै अब तिमीले आयो नि त 5 इयर्स कतिबाट स्टार्ट गरे नि त अब उनीहरूले नि त प्यारेन्ट्सलाई कन्भिन्स गर्नु पर्यो नि त अब जसको चाहिँ प्यारेन्ट्सले फुटी हेर्दैन कसरी कन्भिन्स गराउने भन्छ तिमी?
Well, it's very fun, and my coach says even if we win, lose or draw, it's about having fun. And so it's a new experience for most people, and it's a fun way to enjoy sports and get more physical.
Okay.
तर म चाहिँ त्यही फिल भइरहेको छ कि त्यो स्पोर्ट्स हो तर स्पोर्ट्समा नि यति धेरै कुराहरू लर्न गरिरहेको हुन्छ कि होइन बच्चाहरूलाई चाहिँ प्यारेन्ट्सहरूले चाहिँ अब कसैले चाहिँ नि प्रायः स्पोर्ट्समा अब हुन्छ नि अब इन्जर हुन्छ के भनेर अब हाल्न अलिकति हिचकिचाउनु हुन्छ नि त तर खासमा त्यही स्पोर्ट्स त्यस्तोबाट नै कति धेरै कुराहरू सिकिरहेको हुन्छ कि एकदम
हार्टवार्मिङ है. अब तिमीलाई चाहिँ दिस इज भेरी ड्याडीले भन्नुभएको थियो त्यही नै म तिमीलाई यो सोध्छु है एन्ड यु कान्ट बी बायस्ड है यु हेभ टु प्रोभाइड राइट एन्सर है. अब म तिमीलाई ऱ्यान्डमली क्वेसन सक्छु द गेम इज कल ड्याडी भर्सेस मम्मी ओके अनि पोइन्ट्स चाहिँ तिमी गर्न त हेमा कतिलाई ड्याडीलाई दिँदो रहेछ मम्मीलाई दिँदो रहेछ विल फाइन्ड आउट. Who loves you the most? Daddy ki mommy? Pick one.
I don't know. If I say mom, dad will yell at me on the way home.
And mom will pay lunch for mom.
If you have to pick one.
Mom takes me shopping, mom.
Okay. Oh, okay. Who listens to you the most? College timro kura ramrari suncha bujcha.
Dad.
Wow, I'm very impressed.
Brother पनि राख्नु पर्ने होला के?
है?
किनभने
he doesn't really care.
Who scolds you the most? Scolds भनेको राम्रो पारामा चाहिँ नगर न गाली गर्ने हिसाबले तर गाली नगरेको भन्नाले who is that ड्याड र ममको कुरा गर्दाखेरि?
Dad.
Okay, cool.
यसमा चाहिँ पोइन्ट काट्नु पर्ने होला
हैन. Who allows you to buy whatever you like?
Mom.
Who allows you to watch more TV?
I don't really watch TV, but if on electronics, I don't think mom is like she tells me to get off, so maybe dad.
Dad, okay. Who allows you more to hang out with friends? Like यता जाने उता जाने अथवा साथी घरमा ल्याउने या साथीकोमा जाने? Who is more?
Well, that's the one that always takes me, but mom allows me to, so I don't.
Okay. Who argues with you the most? Brother aside. Dad र मममा चाहिँ बढी आर्गुमेन्ट कोसँग तिम्रो बढी हुन्छ? Difference of opinion भनिदिउँ न त ल.
I don't think Dad doesn't argue with me much.
My God, I think you are going to get a chocolate, eh?
Dad पनि होला नि त फेरि. मम्मी बढी घरमा हुनुहुन्छ होला हैन?
Yeah.
Who is the best cook?
I'm more familiar to Mum's cooking.
But
I don't know, some things that Dad makes is better. But like the things that I eat a lot, I like that Mum makes.
Okay.
So
And who drives you to school most?
Dad.
Things you like about your daddy?
He takes photos of me playing footy.
And that's a very good photos, eh? I think that's a photographic level photo he has taken, eh? And that also shows how I think committed he is to support you in your journey. Like, you know, it's and I think you already know about that. Things you like about your mommy?
She makes the food that I always eat, and she doesn't argue with me because I don't like any other food.
Okay, who have taken you to movies most? In the theater or movies?
Probably Dad.
Dad, well done. You know, the couple of questions you gave the answer, I was pretty impressed. Like, who listens to you the most, Dad? And, you know, we have taken you to the movies. I think there's a lesson to learn for me too, for a 9-year-old, okay? अब हामी बिस्तारै ऱ्यापअप गरौँ है किनभने हाम्रो समय पनि कति भएछ हेर त त्यहाँ पोइन्ट कति भएछ
घर जानुपर्छ नि त मुला पनि जानुपर्छ बराबर
त्यसलाई पकेटमा हालेर देऊ ल त्यो एन्सर What do you about to say?
मैले भन्नु चाहिँ उसको बर्थडे आउँदैछ नि त
Oh, okay, yeah.
तिमीले चाहिँ ड्याडी ममले के गिफ्ट किन्दियो भनेर भनेको छ रिक्वेस्ट
I have asked, but he says no to what I want.
Okay.
मेबी तिमीले यहाँ गर नि त अहिले रिक्वेस्ट पब्लिकमा गरे भने अब
No. Let's just, I think probably he would be really proud of you today. I think,
Yeah.
you know, he knows about you, but I think sometimes कस्तो हुन्छ नि त्यो story फेरि भन्यो भने people feel a lot of ऊ आउँछ नि त त्यही भएर I think what I'm saying is very vulnerable at the moment. So just hit the iron when it is hot. So you're going to do that when you're in the car. So Daddy, by the way, about that gift, can I please have it? Probably you get the yes answer, okay? तर एउटा कुरा बिर्सेको थिएँ मलाई तिमी सिनियर्स प्लेयर फुटी भयो भने होइन हुन्छ होला बेस्ट अफ लक है त्यसको लागि होइन आई रियली वान्ट यु टु बी अनेस्ट विथ यु आई रियली वान्ट टु कम टु यर गेम है अनि केशव दाईसँग हामीसँग कन्ट्याक्ट भइहाल्छ होइन केशव दाई त अब कम्युनिटीमै मजाले हुनुहुन्छ होइन आई रियली वान्ट हिम टु इन्करेज अदर्स टु नट बिकज यु आर यु नो हिज डटर बट जस्ट बिकज द वे हि इज प्रमोटिङ नेपाली यु नो भनौँ न नेपालिज बोर्न अस्ट्रेलिया होइन त्यो सपोर्ट जुन उहाँले गरिरहनु भएको छ त्यो गर्नको लागि त्यो हेतुले पनि आई थिङ्क हि निड्स टु प्रमोट मोर अफ यु है सो द्याट अदर गर्ल्स वुड लर्न एन्ड आई हेभ टु से टु केशव दाई एन्ड फ्यामिली है एज अ प्यारेन्ट है तिमीले गर्दाखेरि म यहाँ इम्प्रेस्ड भइरहेको छु क्या अनि द आफ्टर इफेक्ट इज आम गोना टक टु माई डटर एबाउट द्याट हामी अब उसको छोरा फुटीमा लाग्छ लाग्दैन थाहा छैन नि त हामी है त्यही भएको भएर अब अदिति अब तिमी जानुभन्दा अगाडि चाहिँ हामीलाई के भन्दै भने वाट इज द टेक होम मेसेज फर द पिपल हु आर लिसनिङ होइन फ्रम अ 12-year-old हु हेभ प्लेड फुटी फ्रम लास्ट 3 years हेभ सो मेनी अप्स एन्ड डाउन्स won a flag and you know fluently talk about how encouraged you are to play footy जो मान्छे चाहिँ फुटीमा आउन चाहिरहेछ प्यारेन्ट्सलाई अथवा बच्चालाई चाहिँ what are the message you want to tell them?
It's a great opportunity to play footy and you make like new friends, meet new people, and it's like it's a good way to get active and out of the house, and you get more skill in different areas like kicking and everything. Like you could get stronger. Like
Okay, well done. Where do they need to go though? Like, you know, if they have to start, do they start with the AFL Oz kick, or where do they start? Like, you know, त्यो कुरा चाहिँ म जहिले कन्फ्युजन हुन्छु क्या उनीहरूले AFL जस्तो तिमीले त AFL Oz kickबाट सुरु गर्यौ नि, is that the way to go?
Well, if you're younger, then yeah, that's the way to go at your local club.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. के भन्नु छ तिम्रो एड गर्नु छ Aditi, we are so privileged to have you today. I think you are the second invitee, but you know, as I said earlier, we really wanted to have you on board and then show your story to others. Thanks for making your time. I know how busy you are, and I've heard this. You ask your parents to book a ticket when you're flying to New Zealand
Tomorrow night.
tomorrow night. त्यसपछि तिमीले grand final उताबाट हेर्ने भयो. Okay, so she didn't want to book a ticket on Saturday just because she's going to miss the finals. So it has to be either अगाडि कि पछाडि हैन. त्यसपछि that tells you how committed you are and how supportive your parents are. Thank you Keshav Dai for bringing Aditi all the way here from Ringwood. That's a 1 hour and more drive, but thank you very much भन्दै आजको हाम्रो पोडकास्ट हाम्रो यहाँ पोडकास्ट यहीँ सिध्याउँ. जानुभन्दा अगाडि फेरि न्यू वे माइग्रेसन एन्ड एजुकेसन कन्सल्टेन्सी. थ्याङ्क यू भेरी मच. Let's take numbers from Sydney. Thank you very much. And Denzola Putia 910 Finance. Thank you very much. And Nuts and Coffee from Tasmania. Thank you very much. तपाईहरुको सहयोगले नै गर्दाखेरि हामी आज 7औं एपिसोड रेकर्ड गर्न चाहिँ सफल भइरहेको छौं. Thank you very much guys. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Bye.